Hey, so here we go. Here's looking back to 2021. So like every year we had our ups and downs. One funny story is when my PLB malfunctioned and called the Coast Guard. That was fun. But anyway, mostly good versus bad. I got out quite a bit, thankfully, in 2021. Got out with John, my slipmate. He's right next to me. Got out with Dave down in Brigantine. Got out with George down in Tuckerton Beach. And also got a couple invites from Dave down in Cape May. And got to get out and do a couple canyon overnighters. So that was awesome. One of the overnighters was a pretty sweet trip. We ended up nailing 6 makos on the overnight chunk. Picked up a couple yellowfin at sunrise. At least a dozen tiles before heading back in for the day. And one thing was pretty cool when we were actually picking up our deep lines and just getting ready to head back for the day. 3 gaffer mahi found us, and we ended up picking up 2 of them. So all in all, a very good trip. So Nick came home for Maya's birthday. We weren't supposed to fish that weekend when he was up, but a window did open up late in the day and evening on, I think that was October 23rd. It was the day before he was heading back. We only came away with 1. We shot up to Raritan Bay. That's where they were at that point in time. It's a long ride. But we got it late in the evening, or just before dark, I guess. And then we shot back down in the dark to Manasquan. It was good to get him 1 before he was heading back to school. So those are a couple quick hits. Let's get into the video. So let's start with July 15th. It was an awesome day. A really long day, but totally worth it. Nick was on the boat, and we hadn't fished much together over the summer. It was likely his last trip before going back to school at FGCU. George, Nick, and I were on the boat. We left around 2:30 a.m. For the AP. It was a nice ride out. Couldn't believe how many folks were already at Little Italy and the Reeser overnighting. When we made it to the AP, there were already 100 boats there. And shortly after daybreak, that number probably climbed to 200. We trolled, came up empty, moved inside the AP, nothing. We decided to run to the glory hole to grab some mahi, nothing there either. We were probably pushing, 10-hour day already, and decided to head west. On the way in, I got a text from Rich. He was about 9 miles south of me at that time. We decided to make a run. Glad we did. Rich saved the day. On August 25th, it was just John and I. We ran out to Little Italy. We didn't pick up anything right there, but we did find some life just a few miles away off to the southeast. We trolled up a few bluefin. We also jigged up a couple. It was John's first bluefin. He was definitely hooked. We were back out the following week on his boat, same place, same result, so pretty cool. So George and I took a trip on September 26th out to the AP. Most of the yellowfin at that time were being caught on the chunk, so that's what we tried. Came up empty. But like back in July, we jumped over to the glory hole to see if we could pick up some mahi. This time we did, so that was pretty cool. The AP is about 50 miles out, or just shy of it. And it was pretty crazy because within those 50 miles, the ocean and weather conditions varied tremendously. The AP was beautiful. There were like no issues at all. Great water and quite calm. While at the glory hole, fog rolled in. And so when on the way in the next 35-40 miles, it was lights out in some thick fog. The fog broke about 10 miles out. We had reports before we had left that morning that there were a ton of albies on the ridge and some bluefin mixed in, so we decided to give it a quick shot since we were passing. And at the ridge, your typical southeast flow kicked up in the afternoon, and it was actually quite a nasty ocean. On this particular day, the best conditions were actually 50 miles out. Anyway, we couldn't keep the albies off the side trackers and chains. At one point, we had a triple. It was a fun way to end the day. So I ended up taking some time off of work the second week of November, and it worked out really well. Got lucky with that one. The striper bite was on right outside the inlet, and conditions allowed me to get out on the 9th, 10th, and 11th of November. We had different crews each day. Charlie joined us on the 10th, picked up his first striper not caught on the surf. The 3 days were fantastic. It was mainly a troll bite. Each day, fish were in the boat before sunrise. We did jig and live bait some, but the doggies were relentless. All 3 days we had at least double or one double, and a couple times we had a couple stripers on the same tandem.